What is going on, everybody? This is GC3, and I'm in the place to be here at the Vision Sports Network studio. I am so excited. I know it's been a while since I've been able to do an episode, but today is a great day because I get to go back and doing it again. So, um, I've been working on a lot of different things. I had like my website crash, so I finally got that back up. So I'm slowly getting back to in the glimpse of things, making sure my content is rocking and rolling. Anyway, today is going to be episode number 39, and I got a special guest. I'm super excited to bring her on because I've been following this prospect since her freshman year. Without further ado, let me bring on South Point Catholic's own Hannah Williams. Good
Hi.
afternoon, Hannah. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
You know what? I'm grateful. I'm blessed. It's back. It's been a really like bumpy road for me in the summer. My what I've been doing has been expanding, been traveling a lot. It's just great to finally get school started, and it's slowly cooling down. I wish I could say that because I'm sweating over here. It's still hot. I was outside doing some chores, and I'm just like, man, can basketball season come yet? Because that's the best time of the year, not just because of basketball. That's when our weather becomes beautiful. Don't you agree?
No, 100%. Yes. And it's sad because during basketball season, you're inside all day and it's like, well, it's so pretty outside now.
Yeah, well, when I used to coach, I used to make my team. We used to condition early in the season. We'd go outside, and you know what though? It's for I know the Arizona kids, even for myself, I had to get used to the winter because it does get chilly, but if you're really active, it's easy to not hydrate enough during the winter. So when I was coaching, a lot of my kids would not hydrate enough during the winter, and I'd have like, yeah, I'd have episodes of kids like getting dehydrated in the winter because we don't have to. I'm like, no, you have to. You're an athlete. You got to drink more than a gallon a day. Try to. But anyway, let's get into the episode. So first of all, how was your summer? I know this summer I saw you played out of state on an out of state club team, as well as you know, Coach Joe had you guys doing a lot of really great events. So how was your summer?
My summer was amazing, honestly. Like you said, I actually played for Team Tarasi in California for a little while. It got a little hard to travel back and forth, so I decided to stop and to just kind of focus on my own game. So lots of nights out at the park because, as you said, it's so hot here. Like I can't be going during the day. And then me and my family, we traveled a lot. Got to go see family out of town, so it's really nice.
That's awesome. I mean, I know like when I was an athlete, my summers were I didn't really have summers. I mean, my summer was spent in the gym or traveling around, going to games. It was really hard, but that's great that you took the time to have that balance to spend time with family because that's extremely important. I wish I did that more as an athlete. I wish my dad was a little bit more like, hey, we got to stop. You need to balance some, family time. My dad was just very competitive and oh no, you gotta be working. So I get it. But the next so let's talk about your next chapter. I mean, you recently had some big news, big commitment to Northern Arizona University, which is here at home up in Flagstaff, just a beautiful campus and an up and coming program. So, what made you decide to commit to NAU? Because I know we've discussed, I've even had talks with your dad, and your recruiting was like, a lot of schools were really after you. So, what made you decide on NAU?
Yeah, it was really hard, but it ultimately came down to after I visited the campus, like when I went home and I closed my eyes and I was thinking about it, like where could I envision myself? And like it just came down to every time I was envisioning myself in college, like I was there. I was with those coaches, those teammates, just like walking down that street and going to get food there. It just kind of felt like that's where I was supposed to be. And also like I just kind of noticed the team and the coaches, they had so much energy. I'm a very like positive, high energy person. So it just kind of like matched really well for me. And I just felt like they understood me and that we would like work really well together.
No, that's perfect. And like, like this summer, I had a family that I was helping with, their son with their recruiting, and his recruiting process took off super late and it went super quick because it wasn't like the schools were recruiting him from his like sophomore, junior year. They started like after he graduated. And, one of the perspectives I put in to mom and dad's ear, I just said, hey, you guys have to make the visit. That is extremely important. Ask a lot of questions. Try to envision, have your son envision himself like, is this going to be my home for the next 4 years? How, and that is super important. I mean, because I know you had some really good schools recruiting you, and I know Chaminade, was really interested. Again, another really solid program. Plus, you could have went to school right there in Hawaii, just a bike ride away from Waikiki Beach. But ultimately, it's where is it going to be the best fit for you? Not just where you're going to be comfortable, but also academics. Because again, in speaking to your dad, it was so refreshing to hear him just say, hey, we're not caught up with levels. We're caught up with, hey, what's going to be the best fit for her academically and personally as a person. And, it's good. I mean, I'm excited. I want to try to come out to one of your games when you play over there, since it's here locally. And I've been meaning to get out to NAU as well, because I have another kid that's playing on the men's side. So I need to get out there. I mean, I love Flagstaff. Again, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
No, you're welcome. All right. The next part is, let's talk about your high school career. I mean, this is your last leg. That's it. It's the anchor right here. You're running anchor, on the relay. This is year 4 going into it. So, let's talk about, I remember your freshman year, and I remember the year before was like the first year I started covering women's basketball. And I remember Coach Joe had his group. I mean, I remember Tessa and Bria and Kylie. They played a heck of a game that year before they won, and they really had seen Catholic on the ropes. That was that COVID year, and to be honest, I thought they were going to win. Like in that, they had a lead like going in half, and it just. Coach Self does a great job. She made some adjustments, got her kids to compete. And, I told those kids, I told Bria, Kylie, and Tessa, like, hey, don't hang your heads. Like, you guys played a heck of a game. You guys had them. You didn't lose. You ran out of time. But just like the look in their eyes, like they, I just knew the following year they're going to win it. And I called it. It was crazy. I was talking to Dana Scott about it because he was there. I said, Dana, I'll put money on it right now. South Point's going to come back and they're going to win it next year. I guarantee it. They're going to win it. I said, the look on those kids' eyes, I'm like, I know, because I used to play. So I said they just had the look of the tiger, the eye of the tiger. And so, you won 2 state titles. You won one as a freshman, and you won one last year as a junior. So what was the difference between the one as a freshman opposed to your junior year, or was it the same? Like, did you have the same feeling, or let's talk about that.
I feel like they were different, but it had like the same feeling. So my freshman year, like you said, like the seniors, they had that look in their eyes, like they were going to win this championship. And for me, it was like, okay, I have to help them win this. Like, this isn't about me. It's not about like, me wanting to win the championship. It's about that they got there last year and it slipped out of their hands and they want it so bad this year. So I need to help them get that. So it was more about them. And I think that that's kind of what basketball is about as a team sport. It's not always about what you want or how you feel, but like what's going to be best for your team and what position or what spot you can fill to best help that goal of your team. So I was kind of willing to do whatever they needed me to do to help them get that. And then my junior year, they were gone. My sophomore year, we had lost in the Elite Eight. So that was kind of my fire and a lot of my teammates' fire under us because we were like, okay, now we were in the same position. Like we lost, we got so close and it didn't happen. So now this next year, we're getting it. Like we're working our butts off, anything we can do. So the energy and the want was still there, but it was for different reasons.
Okay, and that's awesome. And like just talking about that, I mean, the first thing that pops into my mind when you're describing this, it's a feeling not just about me. The feeling is we want to win it, but the kind of the little goals of it change. So, and just thinking about it, it goes back to culture. And is that something that Coach Joe really instills in all of you? Because I mean that's my consensus. That culture.
Yeah, we do have a really good culture. I love my teammates. I think that we're also close, also similar too. And that's actually another reason that I chose NAU is I saw some of my teammates in them, like their competitiveness. My team, I love South Point, how competitive we are in practice. We don't even have to be going live and we're at each other's throats.
Okay, awesome. No, that's great. That's great to hear. I mean, that makes sense tying the two together. So, my last thing here on the show is, what are your two, do you have like one or two goals for this season? And what are they if you'd like to share with the viewers going around the world?
Yeah, obviously I think the main goal is this is my senior year. So I do want to get another championship, hopefully. But overall, I think my goal since it's my senior year, I'm getting ready to graduate. I want to enjoy myself. I want to like enjoy game days. I think the past 3 years have been very like, okay, it's game day. I have to be locked in. I have all these thoughts and I'm serious. I'm in the zone. But this year I want to kind of have fun with it, have fun at practice, really enjoy my time there. Obviously, I'm not going to let up on my competitiveness, but I really want to like slow down in my mind to see the year go by. I feel like it's going by really fast already. So
You know what? I mean, I graduated high school 20 years ago, so everybody can kind of guesstimate my age, but I still remember my high school. It was a blur. It was so fast and definitely some of the best times of my life. And I celebrated my 20th year reunion this past summer and just being able to reconnect with a lot of my classmates, it was just refreshing. So, you know, all I got to say is, Hannah, soak it up, enjoy it. I mean, this is, being a senior now, it's like your campus. You guys run the campus. You're seniors, and I know, South Point is just a unique school. I mean, I can feel the atmosphere every time I go there to watch games, and I just enjoy being on the campus because it is definitely a campus of champions, and I can feel that culture. It reminds me of the high school I went to because we were very blessed athletically. We had a lot of success, across multiple programs. So, but anyways, hey, I really want to thank you for joining us, on the podcast. It was great discussing and again, is there any shout outs you want to do before we part ways?
I guess just a shout out to my team for, helping me get here. My coaches for also like inspiring me and encouraging me in all my ventures.
Awesome. Again, Hannah, thank you for your time. And yeah, this episode will be up here shortly. Thanks again. Enjoy your Sunday.
Thank you.
No problem. All right, guys, that was Hannah Williams, aka H Dub, one of my favorite wing prospects out of South Point Catholic class of 2025, who just committed to NAU. Again, thank you guys all for joining us and enjoy your week. Peace.